Georgia police officer who had his own run-in with an armed suspect who opened fire. Edward Reeves is a K9 officer for the Powder Springs Police Department and is a member of the Georgia Police K9 Foundation. He's also joined by his fellow K9 officer, Jerry Lee, who helped to save his life. Officer, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me, sir.
Absolutely. Tell us what led up to this shooting and why you decided to actually speak and share your story with us.
Well, that shooting, it was just another night. Me and Jerry ran a bunch of calls, and about 2:30, joining agency requested a track of a guy that ran from him. So me and Jerry got there, we tracked him, excellent track. And when we found the guy, went to go apprehend him, he opened fire on us, and Jerry saved my life.
Officer Reeves, excuse me, a lot of people don't understand how important K9 officers are to the mission. Can you help to break that down for us? Because what I've learned in doing journalism and covering these stories is that they're more than a partner. They really are officers ready to engage in some of the most dangerous situations.
So K9s are more than just a partner, they're family. Jerry, when he worked with me, still to this day, he lives with me. So my current dog I work with, we train together, we go to work together, we live together. They're part of the family. And we put in a lot of training hours for instances such as this. That night, it was just what happened. But because of his actions, because Jerry's valor, a lot of officers, including my life, our lives were saved that night.
Officer Reeves, as we honor the men and women in uniform this week and the job that you all do, which is never routine, how is this hero, K9, Jerry Lee, doing now in his retirement?
Well, as you can see, he's definitely in full retirement mode. He loves laying down on the back of the kennel. I'll try getting him up for you. And before the segment's over, I'll get him up again. But he's in full-on retirement mode.
Hey, you let him rest. We're not even worried about that right there. He deserves that rest. I do want to ask
Jerry
you,
gets to do what he wants.
Exactly, he deserves to. Another dangerous weekend for police officers across the country. What do you believe is leading to this surge in shootings and other attacks on officers?
Just today's culture is the only thing I can come up with. Lawlessness in the land, it's bound to happen. We just keep going to work. We keep doing our jobs. I know social media has kind of emboldened some of these people to get out there and get some 15-minute fame, but I promise you that we're still on the street. We're still doing our best to protect our communities.
And Officer Reeves, you know, I have to ask you, where do you believe this disconnect is actually happening? Because we do see there seems to be less reverence for law enforcement amongst many young people. But when you speak to older people, they will tell you, we appreciate law enforcement. We want them in our neighborhoods. Where is this disconnect, and what more can be done, not only by law enforcement yourselves, but also by media?
Honestly, it starts in the home. I know how my raising was. I was brought up to respect law enforcement. I was brought up to respect authority. So I can't speak for everyone, but I know how I was raised, and which led me to this position in my life now.
And Officer Reeves, as frustrating as it gets, what keeps you going in a challenging environment like this?
I have a passion to work K9. Because K9 is my passion, and that's what I love doing.
Officer Reeves, I want to let you know that here at News Nation, we salute you and the other men and women who work daily to keep each of us safe. Thank you to you and also to Jerry Lee.